professional and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
This is the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. My name is James DeJerome. I produce the show for Brandon. I have been with him for a couple of years now. Brandon began the Consumer Quarterback Show about 7 years ago. Brandon's a realtor in the Bay Area, has been for quite some time. He owns Platinum MVP Realty. In addition to starting the Consumer Quarterback Show, he wanted to get his network out there for folks, and he attracted a bunch of business owners and sponsors and folks that got together that had this like-minded idea that they're going to help professionals. Much like a Chamber of Commerce, we work together, but we also work for you. We want the listener out there, the person watching our show, and whether you're taking us in on the radio or one of our many platforms that we do the show now, of course, we're streaming live to Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. We got the show on. All smart TV owners can find us by searching Binge TV networks. Brandon's got the show pretty much everywhere. In addition to our 4 p.m. Drive time on AM 860, we've got the Sunday replay at 1025 FM. So he's put the show everywhere, and the whole idea is we want to help you guys in the marketplace. We want your dollars to go farther. We've got attracted our I mentioned the team members that come on every day and provide information to you. We have some great sponsors on the show as well. Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning. Jade was actually going to come on the show today. She got tied up in another job. She's always working for the Platinum MVP team. She handles all the cleaning needs for the real estate company. Of course, Jade is our official sponsor. If you're looking for somebody who has COVID-19 certification, uses eco-friendly products, we always talk about local business. Jade is a locally owned family business right here in the Bay Area. Check them out online, Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning, for all your cleaning needs. Again, they are the official cleaning sponsor of the program. In addition, we have properties, because Brandon, as I mentioned, is the owner of the Platinum MVP team. He's got real estate for you, even when we have low inventory in the Bay Area. Get in touch with Brandon for all your real estate needs. We're going to go over a few properties now, and any of the properties you hear pitched on the Consumer Quarterback Show, get in touch with Brandon about them. In the Seminole area, 213 Dogwood Circle. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car covered carport, exceptional water views. It's just minutes from the beach. Okay, so 213 Dogwood Circle in the Seminole area. Again, get in touch with Brandon and the Platinum MVP team. He's got opportunities both commercial and residential for you. And anytime you need to, here's another one, in the Riverview area. 13204 Fawn Lily Drive. This is a 6.5 with a 3-car garage. Covered and screened lanai, really sharp-looking property right on the water in the Riverview area. So if you're looking to get down to Riverview, 13204 Fawn Lily Drive, great opportunity. Again, Brandon has opportunities both residential, commercial. He's got lots of properties, big and small. Get in touch with him. Don't leave money on the table. Get in touch with Brandon and the Platinum MVP team. All right, so Diane Vance is our expert in the mortgage space. She comes on every week. She's got great information for us, and she's specific. She knows our local Bay Area. She's all over the place. Diane, what is the latest with you? What's going on?
Well, interest rates are low with the election. It's who knows, but
right.
It is actually. It doesn't matter. I don't believe who actually gets in office because it doesn't seem to be affecting the mortgage world or the like stock market.
This train's stopping anytime soon. It doesn't.
Right. So interest rates are very, very good. I'm just still amazed, and I know that you have somebody. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about renovation loans because people can actually purchase homes. I know you have a Cabinetry.
We do. Chris Robinson from About Face Cabinetry is in the studio. He's in our Salem Media Group studios. And Diane, we were all visiting before the show a little bit. There's some crossover there. Of course, Chris does a lot of stuff, for folks looking to renovate, and Diane always is financing, and a lot of people want to pull that equity out.
Yeah, so there's a couple things they can do. They can either pull cash out to remodel up to 80% of the appraised value. So whatever the appraisal comes in at, then let's say it's $100,000, you can pull up $80,000 and pay off your mortgage, and that's just an easy example. Right. And so it's up to 80% of whatever the value. That's how much cash out they can actually get. And that, of course, out of that 80%, their first mortgage, if they have one, needs to be paid off. So the difference there would be the availability to be able to do renovations, to be able to call Chris and either do the cabinetry work to rebuild, and he can talk more about that.
Yeah,
And,
Chris, I just want to jump in real quick while she made that point. When folks get restricted to a certain budget, hey, we've got this much to work with, that really keeps you on your toes as far as making sure that everything goes to schedule.
Absolutely. And the best part about what we do is we're half the cost, half the time, and half the mess. And that's our tagline in our company, and we try to keep that value of your dollars in the total forefront. In fact, when you're looking at renovating and doing those things, most folks are really just don't want to spend 4 weeks with dust and flooring and just craziness. And they've got a good cabinet structure, but they just don't like the look of it.
Well, I think of myself in this situation. My fear as a homeowner is I have a budget, I get into this project, and you start to tear out, and all of a sudden, man, it gets bigger and bigger, and here we go. Right. It's coming up, and Diane's already told me, hey, you've only got this to work with, so you better find somebody who can do this at half the cost.
Right. And now here's the one catcher that we catch a lot, and also I'm a licensed general contractor, and as I own the company as well, I've seen numerous projects to where we'll go to take cabinets out, and we've just found $5,000 worth of drywall damage from all the mold from a water leak that you didn't know was there. And so we've come up with different ways to kind of assess that before we do refacing, just in case if there's a sink base that needs to be replaced. Just that cabinet alone can be replaced. You don't have to replace all of them, and then we can reface all of it together. And we're typically in and out of an average-sized kitchen of a 2,200 square foot home and up less than 5 days.
You can see Chris Robinson about face talking about half the time, half the cost, half the money. Diane, I know when you work with these folks that want to get the equity out, they have time deadlines, and they're on you because they need the money by a certain time, and they're looking to really make this project stay on the rails. There's a lot of boxes to check, and I understand you're always telling them, hey, don't overdo it, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's always a good idea to talk to somebody about Chris, or talk with Chris ahead of time before we actually finalize our numbers. I know I have, a lot of people feel like they have enough, but sometimes they're really off on their figures. Right. So it's always a good idea to talk to a professional before you actually go forth with actually pulling the cash out and then finding out you're really short for what you want to do, or or whatever the situation is. The other thing we offer also is renovation loans for new purchases, or even renovation loans for, refinances. They could actually renovate. Let's say they want to add a room on, or add a bathroom or something like that, or a kitchen or something like that, and then renovate the actual kitchen itself. They can actually do a renovation loan, and the way that works is if they're purchasing a home, I'll use that same example, for $100,000, it costs $50,000. They can actually add that renovation and their appraisal would have to come in at $150,000 because whatever the renovation price is. So if they're purchasing a home for $100,000, let's say, and that $50,000 renovation, then our down payment comes from $150,000, but the appraisal has to meet that figure. So they could still purchase that home at $100,000, and then we put it what is called in an escrow account for the work to be done, and then the contractor actually does draws to be able to do the work as it goes. So that's another option for purchases or renovations. Let's say they live in a established neighborhood they've lived in a very long time, and it's appreciated a lot. We always talk on the show about how much houses appreciate. Right. Yeah. So you may be able, if you can't pull cash out, you might be able to do the renovation loan, because you can actually go higher to renovate a loan because it's not considered a cash out situation. Okay. So it depends on their individual circumstance which way I would recommend they go. And the renovation loans are a little higher interest rate because we're actually kind of hedging for 6 months from now what the interest rates will be. So it's a little higher than what normal interest rates are, but they're still very low because interest rates are just extremely low right now. So, but that's another option.
Right. You see why working with a mortgage professional is critical, because she sees a lot of opportunities that you may not see. Somebody who's been in the business for a while that has options like Diane does, that she can shop a lot of different loan products. She's seen a lot of these scenarios play out. So working with a professional, really critical. I think a lot of folks assume that they know the value of the home and they know the value of what they're trying to get into. Boy, it sure helps to have a professional look over everything and make sure that your numbers are correct.
Absolutely. Yep.
Now,
Been
Diane,
doing this a very long time.
we always talk about getting folks out of renting. There's a lot of people listening out there that think they don't have the down payment. You're so good at debunking some of the mythology around that those barriers to entry, the down payment, the percentages. Talk a little bit about that, Diane, so folks out there know they can do this.
Yes. So, matter of fact, this week it seems like I've had a lot of people that have actually exactly that reason is because their lease is up in January, February next year, and they are thinking about, wait a minute, maybe I should actually purchase because I'm spending $1,600 a month on rent.
Wow.
And and they're going to get their deposit back. They've already paid their first month's rent, so they don't have to go. So they're going to actually have part of their down payment. They've been saving, a lot of them, but they can purchase a home with as little as 3% down. So just depending on the situation, again, it'll be 3 to 3.5% down. There's also programs out there that will help with down payment assistance. So there's a lot of different products available for the consumer to purchase. If you're in Plant City or one of those areas, or maybe in the rural area, you actually have USDA with the zero down, or VA loans. If you're a veteran,
that's right.
You can purchase with zero down. So it's really, I love the VA loans because they are the
If you could, Diane, just talk a little more about that, because Brandon goes out of his way for veterans, gives them a little points off on the deal. We've got so many good deals out there. That is something really special. That you guys are offering something really great.
Yeah, well, the VA loans are basically a zero down program, and we're really, really good at doing VA loans. Fairway is I don't remember the numbers exactly. I know in the top 5 with VA. For VA loans. Okay. So if you're a veteran, you can actually purchase a home with a zero down. You can actually, and if you have any disability from that's service connected, then you can actually you don't have what is called a funding fee. So you get another benefit, even if you're 10% service-connected disability. So VA, for everybody, they have what is called a funding fee. That's how it helps the rest of the VA loan.
Okay.
And it's financed into the loan. But when you have any type of disability, there's none of that. That is waived. So it's a zero down program, true zero down program. And then if you work with a realtor like, it's one of Brandon's, realtors, then your sellers can pay. Your sellers can pay all your closing costs too.
Man, what a great opportunity out there! You cannot be renting. If you're a veteran, please get in touch with Diane and Fairway. Let's get out of that rental situation. You're talking about, when I hear $1,500, $1,600 a month rent, that is just too much, guys. You cannot do that. You're talking about first and last. You're coming up with $3,000. That's the down payment.
Yeah, well, I had talked to this young man, and he's very good, and he's like, I'm just tired of renting, and I'm like, well, it's time that you build your own wealth.
That's right.
You're building your own wealth. So
absolutely.
So he's all ready, but you just have to start somewhere. We talk about it all the time on the show. You need to start somewhere, and make sure you start, and we'll get you there.
That's right.
When you're ready.
Don't think you can't do it. Get in touch with us. Get in touch with Diane. There's lots of people out there willing to help. They have great information for you, and I think it's something that everyone can do if you really put your mind to it. We're going into a break now. Diane, if you can you come back for after the break with us?
Sure.
Okay, so Diane's going to hang on. We're going to talk a little more about that after the break. We got a great feel-good story for you. Brandon always wants to inject some positivity into your day. I want to make sure I do that for him. We got a story about a dad who adopted 5 kids so they can stay together. Don't go anywhere. The Consumer Quarterback Show is for you. We feel there's great value for you out there listening. We got Chris Robinson from About Face Cabinetry, Diane Vance from Fairway Independent Mortgage, a feel-good story. Don't go anywhere, folks. Come back and check us out. And don't forget, you can find out all our sponsors and partners online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
My name is James DeJerome, and I produce the Consumer Quarterback Show for Brandon Rhymes. The Consumer Quarterback Show is a team, a group of like-minded professionals who partner together to provide our audience sound advice, knowledge, and information to make them wiser consumers. We work with all types of business owners and aggressively promote our local economy. We're currently conducting interviews for our expert contributors. If you own a business or know someone who would benefit from the exposure our show provides, please contact us at 813-750-0550 or online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
That's right. Give Brandon a call for all your real estate needs. As owner of the Platinum MVP Realty Team, he's got property, both commercial and residential, even this time of low inventory throughout the Bay. He put the show together. The Consumer Quarterback Show is for you. We want your dollar to go farther in the marketplace. The sponsor for this segment is Discovery Golf Cars. Golf carts are not just for golf anymore. If you know, everyone has one. They're for business recreation. It seems like everyone's getting one. Discovery Golf Cars is a place to go. They've got so many makes and models. Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman. They sell new and pre-owned golf carts. They rent and buy. They even offer financing and mobile repair. They'll come right out and help you if you have any issues. Tampa and Clearwater locations. Check them out at discoverygolfcars.com. And as I mentioned, Brandon and the Platinum MVP team have real estate properties for you to check out. We're going to look at a few right now. And any of the properties you hear pitched on the show, you can get in touch with Brandon about if you're looking for something in the Palm Harbor area, 4467 Glenbrook Lane. This is a 5.5 with a 3-car garage, granite countertops. And since we got Chris here, the kitchens look okay, huh, Chris? What do you think?
Yeah. And that's good. That's going to be your primary motivator, especially for the missus.
That's right.
When she's looking at houses.
Here's another one, 4467 Glenbrook Lane in Palm Harbor. Again, get in touch with Brandon and the Platinum MVP team. Any of the real estate you hear pitched on the show, he's got all your real estate taken care of. Let's see, any more, Johnny? Is this one it? Yep. Palm Harbor. Okay, here's one in Hudson. 5832 on Beverly Drive. This is a chance for you to build your own dream home. Boy, you got water in the front and back. You're on a canal with the Gulf access. Really great for if you're a fisherman, you want to kayak a little bit. 5832 Beverly Drive in Hudson. So if you're looking to get into the Hudson area and build, we've got a lot for you. So Brandon has lots. He's got commercial, residential opportunities, everything out there. Get in touch with him and the Platinum MVP team, again, for all your real estate needs. Okay, before the break, Diane Vance was just going over a few things. We were talking about how you can't rent out there. You got to start somewhere. We're encouraging you to get in touch with Diane and talk about getting into your first home, if it is a first home opportunity for you. We've got Chris here who's done a ton of renovation and refi. So if you're going to pull a refi out to work on your house and you want to do kitchen and bath, he's certainly the guy to talk to. Diane, I just want to give you an opportunity just before you go. I know we're going to get you out of here soon. Tell us some other stuff about what you forecast our market a little bit. You said you don't think the rates are going anywhere.
The rates are low, and it seems as though the stock market is, staying strong. Mm-hmm. Even though we have a lot of, because normally in a time like this, when you don't know who the future leader is, it kind of goes a little bit,
We'll see some volatility with that indecision a little bit.
Right, a little bit, but and interest rates are staying very good. They are actually, the bond market is faring well, so it's not. I don't see, right now, I mean, I'm not an economist, but right now it seems like, unemployment figures came out, the filings came out and they were a little, actually a little bit better. So it's not going to be they're predicting rates are going to stay low for some time.
Right.
And I really believe that.
I don't think the pressure on our market is going to change. Investors from out of state and people in state looking to move up. It seems like there's the idea that we're going to be selling real estate, we're going to be doing that for quite a while in Florida, I think.
Oh yeah, well they're actually expecting a very strong market next year for purchases. Every year we get what they expect from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who makes it. They actually are secondary market,
right?
And they are predicting that it's going to be a strong purchase market still.
Mm-hmm.
So, people are wanting to buy, and with interest rates so low, why wouldn't you? Because it does make a difference.
Yeah. We talk a lot about new construction, man. If you drive through downtown Tampa, there's about 8 cranes you can see across the skyline. Everyone's building everywhere you look around here.
Oh, yeah. And, well, there's a shortage of construction products because there's so many people that are building, plus COVID, but a lot of it is because, there's a shortage of appliances. I had a customer that's like, "Can I order my appliance?" I'm like, "No, not until you close your loan." Anyway,
that's right.
But he's like, "They're so far behind. I may not get not get a washer and dryer for another 6 weeks."
How about that?
So,
hey, Chris, is that something you notice at all in terms of this scarcity affecting your timetable or how you can get materials?
Yeah, in fact, what we're seeing is a huge increase in building materials right now. Board foot. I mean, if you go to Home Depot right now, you're paying over $3 for a 2x4.
That's right.
You're really starting to see it in your truss manufacturing, and as a general contractor and as a builder myself, it's one of those things that I've seen and have talked with other builders who are dealing with that issue as well, as they're seeing the product that they need for drywall, for example. It's going for now $18 for a 4-foot by 12-foot board.
So if you're out there and you bought some land and you're ready to develop, you got to kind of find that sweet spot, boy. You're waiting for that right time and find the right people to do that job, because like Chris talks about, your time schedule, the amount of time you're in the construction process or the renovation process, man, that is critical to your project coming out on time on bottom line.
Yeah, Chris, I had a friend that is in construction, and he was telling me that 2x4s have tripled in price.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because of the shortage of, a couple of things, COVID, and this too shall pass.
Right.
And I really
busy
think
storm season hasn't helped.
Yeah, that is true. And the trade and all that kind of stuff, because Canada is where we're getting a lot of our lumber, or a lot of our lumber from.
Canada.
Yep. So it's and you're right. You need to time it perfectly to keep on schedule for what you're trying to do.
Right, and Diane, when folks come to you and they're talking about pulling money out and the equity and they got a plan and all that, boy, the margins are really tight. I know Brandon talks a lot about getting into homes for investment properties, and I think that's a great move. But you really got to know your margins, because it can be a really tight situation.
Yes, absolutely. It's you want to make sure that you are certain of what you want to do. It's really funny because a lot of people they may have thought they wanted to sell their property before, and then they decide to refinance because interest rates are so low and things like that, and then a lot of times they end up selling it anyways. But they'll renovate and then they'll sell. I really love it, but now I can get more money out of my property. So we still have a shortage of inventory that has not improved. We need more homes on the market. That is a fact. It's definitely a good time for people to actually start really looking and buying, because it will appreciate in the next. Every year it's been appreciating.
Hey,
so,
Diane, about a minute left in this segment. I just wanted you to touch on the pre-qualification thing, because it may take a little longer, a little less. I just wonder how COVID has impacted your timing for getting people set up.
Oh, COVID has not. Well, so the biggest thing COVID has done with us is we have to do 3 days prior to closing. We have to make sure they're still working. That's a little, not a challenge, but that is something that has came up. And self-employed borrowers, we have to have the year-to-date profit and loss to make sure that it's somewhat normal to what it was last year because of COVID. But as far as our timing, it's not really affecting us a lot. We always keep our purchase money going fast. You do have to have jobs, and if you've had your hours cut or something like that, that's another thing that will come up, because we're going to average your income. Okay,
so she's Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Diane, how can folks get to you? What's the best way?
They can call me or text me at 727-647-8199, or go to my website, DianeVance,
DianeVance.com. Check her out. She's got great deals for you. Fairway Independent Mortgage. She's going to shop all the possibilities for you. She's been in the market. She knows exactly what you need. Again, part of Brandon's team, the Platinum MVP team here. He's a Keller Williams agent. He's been active in the real estate market for so long in the Bay Area. You want to get in touch with his network, and we think the value is really there for you at the show. Don't go anywhere. Chris Robinson is in our Salem Media Group studios. We're going to talk about renovation and things you can do to improve the value of your home in a way that will save you half the cost. Right, Chris? Half the cost. Don't go anywhere. The Consumer Quarterback Show rolls on.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Dan, if you're still there, James said thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Have a great week.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.
That was mic's off. Mic's on.
Gotcha.
Guys, so that you know, generally when James or the host is taking us out to commercial break and talking, I don't anticipate a question being asked there, so all mics are off other than the host.
Got it. 10-4.
All right, we're coming back to the Bilmar Beach Resort.
Alrighty then, everybody please stand by.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
That's right, consumerqb.com has a listing of all our partners. You can see our sponsors as well, and then information about the Platinum MVP team, Brandon's team, for all your real estate needs throughout the Bay Area. This segment is sponsored by the Bilmar Beach Resort. We have Clyde Smith, the GM from the Bilmar Beach Resort, on all the time. He comes on and talks a little bit about all the protocols they've put in place and how the actual fire chief has come out to monitor what they do and then made them the model for other hotels and restaurants in the area. So Clyde has done a great job adapting, and that's what all our business owners have had to do. We want to encourage everybody to stay positive. We know this has been a difficult year, none harder than the hospitality industry, and Clyde has dealt with it, and so the Bilmar Beach Resort has maintained their sponsorship with us. We love the place. I'm telling you to get out there. Sloppy Joe's serves breakfast 7 days a week. You can book directly with Clyde. Really sharp property, different than a chain hotel. It's got a unique atmosphere about it. Right in the middle of the beach. It's a 2-beer beach, meaning you need 2 drinks to get from your room down to the water if you're going to go for a swim. So get in touch directly with Clyde at the Bilmar Beach Resort, bilmarbeachresort.com. And, of course, we talk about real estate and properties all the time on the Consumer Quarterback Show because Brandon is the owner of the Platinum MVP team. Johnny's going to put up some properties for us now, and any property you hear pitched on the show, you can get in touch with Brandon about. This one's in Clearwater. If you're looking to get into the Clearwater area, 1780 Clearwater, Largo Road. This is a hot corner location, 2 garage doors. It's an office storefront. He's got 12 parking spots. So we got a commercial opportunity with a 5,200 square foot lot. So really, really up to you what you want to do with this property in Clearwater. 1780 Clearwater Largo Road. Really great opportunity. As I said, Brandon has both commercial and residential opportunities. Even in this time of low inventory, get in touch with him for all your real estate needs. Again, in the Clearwater area at 1010 Bay Esplanade, rather. This is a 4-3 with a 2-car garage. Get your own private apartment and a sun deck in the Clearwater area, 1010 Bay Esplanade. Look at those cabinets, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so all your real estate needs. Again, we talk a lot of real estate on the show. We think it's a driver to the economy. Brandon does a great job with the Platinum MVP team. We want you to check him out. And before the break, we were talking with Diane and Chris about what you can do to improve the value of your home. We feel like your home is the biggest investment you're going to make. We want you to get all you can out of that investment. Chris, before we get into exactly what you do, I want to get into your history a little bit because you're not just a cabinet guy. You've done the same thing that we were talking with Diane about real estate investment, kind of flipping, doing that
Absolutely.
stuff. Tell us about your history with that.
All right, wonderful. Well, first of all, I'm a 6th generation Hillsborough County family.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
So we
6
talk
generations.
local on here.
1840s. I can't believe I
Talk about local business.
We talk about local business and talk about that
Wow.
wonderful legacy that
Yeah.
my grandparents and great grandparents and they have been in the construction business. They were hardware
Really
store
cool.
owners, and it just felt like natural to me to get in this business.
Yeah.
But my name is Chris Robinson, and I am actually a licensed general contractor. I've been working in homes and doing new construction and remodel residential commercial since 1997.
Okay.
I used to be a flipper. I used to buy and sell properties. Started all the way out in Seminole Heights before Seminole Heights was even popular.
Okay. Now, when you
And-
started in Seminole Heights, because it's had a rebirth again.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Abso-
Tell us
another
about what it
rebirth.
was like
And-
when you went down there.
Well, most of Seminole Heights in the late 90s was really coming on board when you were west of 275.
Okay.
West of 275, they got some grant money. They had some really great, but the east of 275 was where I was at.
Right.
And it was just slow trying to get houses flipped and sold there. And so actually about 5 or 6 years ago, folks started getting into the west side of 275 onto the
yeah, it seems like a
market
mecca
there.
culturally, too. Restaurants,
Absolutely.
bars.
Yeah. You're really seeing a transformation, kind of like what we saw in the early 90s, late 80s of Hyde Park.
Okay.
Where we started to see that whole Bayshore area behind Bayshore really start to take shape. And that's where I love to come in because my great-grandfather, hardware store owner of 1920s, was a part of that community where we didn't have a Home Depot and a Lowe's,
Right.
and you went to your local hardware guy for advice and what
right.
can I get for you? What can I order for you? We got trains coming in. I mean, what do you need?
Wow.
You need windows? You need what do you need from us? And cabinets always were called cupboards, and they were basically just shelves boards where you'd put your cups.
There you go.
So cabinetry has really kind of come a long way. And as a contractor, I noticed that in the early 90s and early 2000s, I started to notice that a lot of people are spending a lot of time just renovating their kitchen by yanking out all their cabinets and then going sometimes months without having a brand new kitchen to put back.
A lot of times, Chris, I just want to interrupt you because I think what they really want is a new face. The cabinet itself is probably,
Absolutely.
you don't need to rip the whole thing and throw it away.
That's right. And, we always heard the term, and cabinet refacing is not a new process, but cabinet refacing is just revitalizing the existing structure with a new look,
There you
with
go.
new doors, new overlays, new hardware, new just a new color feel. We've got a lot of the 2000s and mid-2000s orange oak cabinetry that just everybody hates right now, and they want to go to the white. Well, there are some products out there where you can go out there and you can get some paint and you can paint those cabinets. But you know what? We have found that that's not going to last.
Right.
The minute you got one Tonka truck or one dog that
chips
gets
and
up there,
scratch.
chips and scratches, and your touch-up's never going to be the same. But what we do is we do a different approach. Our approach is actually removing all the cabinet doors and drawer fronts, laminating with a solid, durable, lifetime warranty laminate that matches whatever color you pick, and we've got numerous colors in our portfolio.
Okay.
And then whatever door style you pick, and we're going to replace those doors and the drawer fronts with the new hardware on top of your existing boxes.
Okay.
And in fact, if, for example, we use this example a lot, maybe you've got you look underneath your sink and where all of your cleaning stuff is,
Right.
and that's all rotted out. Oh my goodness, I had a leak. I had something in there. Oh my gosh, I got to buy all new cabinets. No, you don't.
Okay, what do you
One of
mean?
the things that we do is we will actually build you a cabinet that matches the existing cabinet and replace just that one and reface all the rest.
Okay.
And
Wow.
one
You
of
can
the-
see the savings is starting to show right there because a little bit of rot, and there you go. You got to rip the
That's
whole
it,
thing.
yeah, and that's what most people think. Most people think that, oh my gosh, it's I never saw that before
Right.
because they start pulling out all the cleaners and they didn't realize they had a spill in there, and then all of a sudden they said this big concave,
That's right.
oh, it's all rotted out, and we can fix that. We have alternatives to fix that. And so when I got started in the business 24 years ago now, I started to notice that most people don't want to have 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks without a kitchen. There's got to be a different way.
Could you imagine? I mean, you think about your house. You're there every single day. You got kids. How are you going to go 6 weeks without a kitchen? You know, I mean, it's the
Absolutely.
center of the whole house. What are you going to do?
Absolutely. And that's really where the process starts for us. In fact, most of our kitchen jobs, including granite countertops, are less than 5 days. We're talking a fairly large kitchen with possibly anywhere between 30 to 50 doors and drawer fronts.
And countertops.
And countertops, including all of that, including your plumbing, including your electrical. We are licensed professionals. We are not just handymen. So we actually have licenses that are behind that. We are in 3 locations here in Hillsborough County, aboutfacecabinetry.com. Wow. So what we do is we specialize in ordering all of our materials and everything up front. So when we hit the job day one on Monday morning, we try to start on a Monday morning, we're already removing your countertops, we're removing your doors, and we got your new countertops coming in. We're laminating your cabinets, and next thing you know, by Thursday afternoon, we're starting to put on all your hardware, all your new hinges, and that's the look that you're going to have.
You can see how Chris prioritizes your time. He's been in it from the investment side, so he knows exactly what you're going through. You cannot just sit there week after week waiting for this thing to get done because it's costing you money.
Absolutely. And the best part about all of our estimates are free. We love to talk with people on just what their hopes and their dreams and aspirations are. It's like, just get rid of these ugly, outdated cabinets. Mm-hmm. And as you can see on our website, you go from that ugly, builder grade brown to a beautiful new white with crown molding and glass doors. We specialize in all of those aspects of the job that we can minimize your costs and really give you a huge value for what you're going to do. And that's why we always say it's half the cost, it's half the time, and it's half the mess.
Makes perfect sense. We talk all the time on the show about real estate, and one of the keys we talk about is the kitchen. Because it's really the thing you see when you come in the front door, and it's where you're going to spend a great deal of time. But we talk a lot about most of these couples, the women make the decision. And if she doesn't like the kitchen, you think she's going to want you to move in there?
Oh, absolutely. And I won't put it past our guys too. You know, our guys like to hang out in a nice looking kitchen as well. And but we're always thinking about the pocketbook on that aspect, right? Yeah. And I have to deal with it too. So when my wife sees all the lovely kitchens that I've been doing, and she's looking at hers like, okay, well, I'm about 9 years old now. Maybe we should upgrade. And but the best part about what we do, and if you go to our website aboutfacecabinetry.com, we have just a free in-home consultation, no pressure up front. We actually will supply you with a written, itemized to the ridiculous. We itemize everything for you.
No surprises.
There's no surprises. And in fact, we're able to most of the time identify any problems that you'll have, that you'll need some extra repairs here and there. But we try to come in and say, hey, this is exactly what you're going to get from us. You're going to get a written estimate with line itemization for every part of the job. You're also going to get a copy of our license. You're going to get a copy of our references, all of our references from commercial clients to residential clients. Then you're going to get a copy of our liability insurance. So we want the customer and the consumer to feel comfortable going with us, that, hey, we're not just some guy operating out of a van.
That's right.
And we have a lot of those in our business, unfortunately.
We talk a lot on the show about scams and people falling prey to victim of scams, where folks say, hey, I just need a percentage of this to get started on the job. I'm going to do a great job for you. I just need about 70% of the cost of the job up front.
Absolutely. And in About Face Cabinetry, our deposit amount is 20% or less.
That's a key, guys. That's a red flag. If you get doing business with somebody and the vendor says, hey, we need almost all money up front, something's not right about that.
Absolutely. And that's where that's where integrity is going to be most important. And if you check us out at aboutfacecabinetry.com, you're also going to find us on Google as well. We are a 100% 5-star rated company. Awesome. We have never had someone give us under 5 stars for our reviews. And we take that as a badge of honor, because we actually operate under that golden rule. We want to do unto others that we would have done to us.
Perfect sense. And he's the guy you want to work with. Chris, you're all over the state, is that right?
Yes, we are. We are a franchised business. We're actually working on location number 5 and number 6. We're going to be in Orlando soon. Okay. We're going to be in Lakeland, Bradenton, Sarasota. We are currently now in South Pinellas, North Hillsborough, South Hillsborough, and we are branching out to Lakeland, Orlando, and we actually have one location we're working on right now in Washington, D.C., in Northern Virginia.
Chris Robinson from About Face Cabinetry. He's going to tell you everything you need to know about kitchen upgrades, bath upgrades. He's done it for so long. He's looked at it from both sides. He's been an investor. He's been the guy doing the work. He knows exactly what position you're in as the homeowner waiting to get this project done. He knows the value he can bring to your home, and he's got great options for you. And you said you'll come out and talk to him for free.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you come out. One of our guys will come out. And we're local guys. We're local businesses. We have local phone numbers. So
Talk
you'll be
about
able
local.
to.
He goes back to the 1800s, guys.
1847.
We're talking about owning the family, the county store, the general store.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes, a lifelong legacy.
Unbelievable.
And very proud of that, but very proud of the heritage that I came up with. And that was always just, hey, you know what, son? You need to do what you would have done to you if you would just maintain that rule.
Well, what a great concept for business owners out there. We want you to do business with Chris Robinson from About Face. Don't go anywhere. We're coming into a break now. Don't forget about our feel-good story, because I want to tell you about a dad who went out of his way to adopt 5 kids so he could keep them all together. That's the positive thing we want to inject in your day. We don't want you getting caught up in all the negativity all day long. Don't go anywhere. Again, we're going to visit with Chris Robinson. He's got more advice for you about how to get value into your kitchen and raise the whole value of your home. And, of course, that feel-good story. And the Consumer Quarterback Show is for you. Check us out online, all the partners, all the sponsors, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253. Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
That's right. Give Brandon a call. He's got all the real estate needs covered for you in the Bay Area. He's owner of the Platinum MVP team. He's a Keller Williams agent. He's been doing it for quite a while in the Bay. Has great commercial and residential opportunities for you. He's the one who put the show together. The Consumer Quarterback Show is his baby, and I'm just happy that he chose me to be the producer of the show and let me sit in his chair for the time he's out of here. We got a great sponsor on the show called Brothers Easy Moving. Brothers Easy Moving got to be the official moving company of the Consumer Quarterback Show because they moved Brandon himself when he moved into his new home. So Brandon didn't tell him how much stuff he had. So these guys get there and they're moving furniture at night. I saw how dedicated these guys are, and that made them the official moving company of the Consumer Quarterback Show. If you're going local or long distance, get in touch with Brothers Easy Moving. You can check them out online. They have lots of Angie's 5-star. They're Super Service List Award winners, and they got plenty of 5-star reviews online at brotherseasymoving.com. Okay, we talk a lot about real estate on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got a last property of the show to show you. Any other properties you hear pitched on the Consumer Quarterback Show, you can get in touch with Brandon for. If you're looking to get into the Brandon area, 3405 Gray Whetstone. This is a 4-2 with a 2-car garage on a cul-de-sac. Price has been recently reduced, 2,160 square feet. Again, get in touch with Brandon. He's got real estate opportunities, commercial, residential, if you just need a lot. If you're looking to get into a home, large or small, the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams is where you want to go. Get in touch with Brandon. He's got all your real estate covered. Okay, so when Brandon put the show together 7 years ago, one of the things we really wanted to do was turn against some of the negativity. We feel like there's a lot of negativity out there in the world, and we want you to concentrate on something a little more positive if you could. So he invented the feel-good story, and I got a great one for you today about a dad that adopted some kids in Houston, Texas. This is a single foster dad. I'm sorry, it's out of Ohio, rather. He adopted 5 siblings on Friday to make sure that all the kids stay together. His name is Robert Carter. He officially became the father of Mariana, Michaela, Robert, Giovanni, and Keontae. As someone who spent time in foster care himself, Carter said he knows firsthand how it feels to be removed from a biological home and separated from siblings. When he was 12 years old, he went into foster care in Hamilton County, Ohio. He didn't see his younger siblings for years. He later was granted custody of his younger sister and the guardianship of his younger brother. So after that experience as a child, he decided he was going to do more than that. The adoption worker, Stacy, who worked in this case, says Mr. Carter was the only foster parent willing to be able to adopt all the children. His childhood background made him aware of the importance of keeping siblings together. He says he enjoys being their father and that parenting them is easier than he could have ever imagined. His life is busy with lots of love, laughter, and loudness. I've enjoyed working with him and witnessing the children bond as siblings. He said, I understand how they feel. I understand what they went through. It really touched me. I was already thinking about adopting all the kids, but when I saw them crying, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep all 5 together, Carter said. Every night I talk to them and let them know I'm your dad forever. I know that it's like I'm always there for you, she said. She's warmed up so much. At first, one of the kids was a little hesitant. She didn't like me. He says, I just want to say thanks for taking us in and taking care of us when our real mom couldn't. It really touched me. So many memories, he says, letting them know I'm here. I'm going to be for them. I'm going to be here for them no matter what. So there's a guy going out of his way, a guy who took his own experience, made a positive experience for these kids. And that's the kind of thing we want you to realize is going on out there all the time. You know, there's not so much negativity in the world that there's nothing positive going on. There's lots of folks out there doing good, and we want you to think about them and keep them in your mind all the time. Okay, so we've talked with Diane Vance because she's our mortgage expert on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We talk a lot of real estate. We've got Chris Robinson right here in our Salem Media Group studios. He was visiting with us about his history, his family being so local, his business starting locally, and his interest in making sure that your kitchen and bath, your kitchen, has all the things that you need it to have, and it's a great way to increase value in your home. Chris, just review, if you could, some of the things you've gone over for us today.
Sure, absolutely. And what we offer at AboutFaceCabinetry.com, what we offer is really an alternative to cabinet replacement, where you're weeks without your cabinets and weeks without a kitchen. You're eating out every night for almost 4 to 6 weeks. We actually will probably renovate your kitchen in less than 5 days, including countertops, plumbing, and electrical. These are one of the main hallmarks of what it is we do, where we love to get into, because it's all about time for us. We're busy with soccer practice, we're busy grocery getting, we're busy with life in general, and who wants to be without a kitchen for 6 weeks on end just because you don't like the color? And we're not a paint job. This is one of the things we make sure that we express to our clients, is that we're actually going to resurface those cabinets with a durable, lifetime About Face Cabinetry, lifetime warranty, original owner and purchaser. We're going to warranty that product for you for as long as you own that home.
Okay.
And the best part about it is that it's half the cost, it's half the time, and it's half the mess of what you would traditionally have for a kitchen renovation.
So you can see, folks, when you're on schedule, these construction projects, regardless of how big or small, they have a tendency to get backed up. You know, one day something can happen, weather can impact it, material availability can impact it. So there's a lot of factors that you have to keep on. You need someone who has done this for a while, that understands the value of time. And that's the beauty of Chris. He's telling you half the time, half the mess, because he's done this and he realizes that can be a long process. Someone without a kitchen for 6 weeks, as you already said, man, that would be that's going to crush you.
Absolutely. And that's the best part of what we did. We came up with a program and a formula where we're ordering everything, we're templating everything before we get there. And in fact, we're able to make modifications to existing cabinetry to where we can actually build you a cabinet if you need one. We can reduce the size of cabinets if you need one, because we're a full-fledged cabinet shop.
Okay.
We actually have all the saws, all the equipment. We can build you brand new cabinets if you'd like. Obviously, the benefit and the value that you're going to get with refacing is really going to save you that time. Right. It's going to save you that money, and it's going to give you that look that you want.
One of the cool things that Chris just mentioned is, you know, because he has a background as a builder as well, sometimes you get into these jobs and the construction of the original cabinetry was a little off. You know, sometimes it's not plumb, sometimes it's right. So just adding a door can be a little bit of a trick if you don't know how to massage the whole thing.
Absolutely, especially when walls are out of square
right.
and things are out of square, and we get that all the time. And in fact, that's one of the hallmarks of what we do, is we're able to fix exactly what you've got to where you're not pulling that cabinet structure off. If there's a cabinet that's bad and it really needs replacing, we can actually fix it. One of our favorite jobs to do is where you've got 30-inch tall cabinets and you've got that huge dust maker space right above it. What we love to do is we love to build new cabinets on top of that, add glass doors to it, and give it a whole fresh, ominous new look. And you're really refacing your lowers with the uppers at the same time. So what we'll do is, for example, we're going to take off all your cabinet doors on your upper cabinets that are only 30 inches tall.
Right.
And we're going to take those all off. And then we're going to put your brand new unfinished built cabinets up on top of those cabinets. And we're going to laminate that all together with brand new doors, brand new crown molding, brand new all of that, to where you didn't have to replace all those cabinets. You don't have to do that.
I saw that really cool design you had where someone had put lights in the upper portion.
That's right.
So it created this really glow. Man, that's a really nice
so
look.
we are licensed general contractors. We're licensed contractors for all of our locations. So we actually have licensed professionals doing all the electrical work, so you're not going to be coming into a mess when a home inspector comes in and said, oh, whoever did this, they did it wrong. And that's one of the things that you don't want. One of the beauty and values of what we do is we take, for example, you'll see here on the screen here, we've got an after picture and a before picture, bifold doors. Who hates those ugly, non-working, sticking bifold doors? We can actually take and make a frame and very economically make a frame and stick cabinet doors on it to make it look like the rest of your kitchen.
Yeah, that is an upgrade. That's very sharp looking.
And it's affordable. It's not expensive at all. And it's probably about the cost of what you'd pay for brand new doors to be installed.
I would encourage everyone listening to go on Chris's website, aboutfacecabinetry.com. Check out some of the things he's done and give you some ideas, because we all want to upgrade the kitchen. We've seen cool things, but I don't know if you considered some of these options. He's got the really interesting backsplash, and like you talked about the upper design for cabinetry. Really cool ideas and concepts that I was not familiar with or would not have thought of on my own.
Yeah.
So that's a really great way to get some ideas.
Yeah, and one of the things too, like if you talk about your own personal space, and that's going to be your master bath. How many of our ladies that are listening right now, how much that vanity space right below where they put a chair? They don't put their makeup on sitting down anymore. At least my wife doesn't. So so we actually have those alternatives to putting cabinetry in that place instead of ripping everything out. We can add new drawers and doors to it.
Because of his experience in the business, Chris is going to give you a lot of options. We talk a lot about the partners on the show and why we select these guys and why we vet them to come on the show, because he's been in a lot of circumstances that your house is going to be in. He can see things you can't see coming. So thanks so much, Chris Robinson and About Face Cabinetry, for coming. We want to thank Diane, Vance. I want to thank Brandon Rhymes. Brandon's getting better. He's going to be back on the show before you know it. I want to thank him for giving me the opportunity to host today. And please check out our sponsors and all our partners at consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.